Alongside the Hall of Famer Calvin Murphy, I'm Kevin Eschenfelder. And Murph, this is one tonight where Craig said it's not going to win any beauty contests, but a W is a W.
I don't care. Yeah. The fact that we won this game, Kevin, I have never been involved in a game in my 59 years of NBA basketball where combined there were 29 missed free throws. Never have I ever seen anything of that magnitude.
Yeah, the Rockets missed 14, but the Minnesota Timberwolves missed 15. You know, this was kind of the type of game that the Rockets would win last year. Whenever they, kind of grind it out, and just kind of, it's not a pretty win, but a win is a win. Got defensive stops in the second half that they needed, something that they made adjustments from the first half.
Well, first of all, Minnesota tried to play guerrilla ball. I mean, they were very physical out there, and the Rockets decided to fight back. And this is one reason why there were so many foul shots, obviously. But the fact that they figured out how to win these kind of games is very impressive to me. You know, when you start talking about ugly wins, pretty wins, a win's a win. And right now, the Rockets needed, after the last game, the Rockets needed this game very badly.
Yeah, they did a nice job defensively. Naz Reid keeping him in check in the second half. Same thing, Julius Randle. He's a different cat, man. He's something special.
First of all, he played forward tonight. And he's a big center, big physical center. And he tried to impose his will by taking the action to the Rockets. But Sagoon fought him back.
Yep. And he's as big, as strong, and physical at that position as you're going to find. All right, Fun Can't Lose is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, because tonight, Kevin Durant doing something he had not done as a Houston Rocket. Goes for 39, a season high. 39 points tonight for Kevin Durant.
He missed 3 foul shots.
Well,
guess his 40 number.
And he's one of the best free throw shooters
in the league. In the league.
Kevin Durant tonight, though, he was efficient, got going early. You talked about it at halftime as to how aggressive he was early in the game. His teammates found him in spots, and he also scored in transition.
Absolutely. You know, the one thing, I'm teasing about him missing the free throws. I know why. His legs were tired. I mean, he played both ends of the floor tonight. Defensively, he was aggressive. Offensively, he was tenacious. He attacked. And, it's funny that somebody would back off at him from the three-point line. I don't understand that.
I thought the Rockets did a nice job setting screens up top tonight, playing the pick off the top and getting shooters open on the perimeter. Sometimes you just take it to the basket just like that.
Well, yeah, it's a good point, Kevin, because of the fact that, you want to get rid of your defender. You want to put them in an awkward situation and have somebody guarding Kevin that shouldn't be on him. So they did a lot of nice picking to break him free. Another nice thing they did was the spacing was good tonight. They were able to take the ball a lot, especially Reid, into the middle of their defense off the dribble.
Yeah, when KD gets 17 points coming up on Sunday night, he will pass Dirk Nowitzki as the 7th, or make it the 6th on the all-time scoring list, meaning that only Michael, Kobe, Karl Malone, Kareem, and LeBron James have scored more in their NBA career than Kevin Durant. That's some, like I said, heady company. That is the best of the best.
What would cap this off for him, with the fact that he's moving up the chart, is the fact that he can walk away with another ring.
Yep.
That would really set it off for him, and us too.
Yeah. Another number to really think about tonight, as much struggle as the Rockets have had in the fourth quarter. They shoot 45% tonight in the fourth quarter when they were able to keep that lead and keep Minnesota at arm's length as they get the victory here tonight. Rockets beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves coming in here winners of 6 of their last 7. Rockets are trying to turn things around after losing 5 of their last 7. Let's hear from head coach Ime Udoka.
Last, the Anthony Edwards list. T-Wolves 110-105. Kevin Durant, first game this season with 35 points, 5 assists, and 5 made threes. And they bounced back after taking a tough loss to Oklahoma City Thunder on Thursday, 111-91. KD going ham. Alperon Şengün with 25-14 had some nasty passes. Julius Randle almost put up a 40-piece, but not enough in this one as the Rockets get the win by 5. And with that, we bring in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez for our Friday NBA recap. And John, this new-look Rocket squad with KD started out hot, right, winning 11 of their first 15 games, but they've been stumbling lately, especially from three and closing out games. When you think about what we saw from the Rockets in this one, who do you think the real Rockets team is?
Yeah, I think the Rockets are a good team, Chris, but as you mentioned, there's been some things that have sort of conspired against them. They played just 13 of their first 36 games at home, so they've been on the road a ton, which hasn't really helped them. And then also that offense that is fourth rated overall this season got pretty cold since the beginning of January. They fell to 25th coming into tonight. So the last 2 weeks, they went a little icy. But tonight, Kevin Durant gave them everything they could possibly want from him, 39 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He was excellent tonight. Alperen Şengün fouled out, but as you mentioned, he goes for a 25-point double-double, had a couple of really nice passes in there. The Rockets really needed this one, Chris. They came in having lost 4 of their last 5, so including last night's game against Oklahoma City. So this might get them back on track. They're going to be home for a little bit, get off the road after a little bit, and just get back to the way that they were playing, where they were dominating on the boards, and then their top 3 guys of KD, Alperen Şengün, and Amen Thompson getting back and being comfortable at home.
Speaking of a team getting back on track, how about the LA Clippers? They got an extra pep in their step all of a sudden after a 6-21 start to the year. They improved to 18-23 after beating the Raptors in overtime. We got a vintage James Harden performance. What has changed for this team in your eyes?
Yeah, the Clippers are just figuring it out, right? I mean, they got off to a really slow start. They ended up sending Chris Paul home. And now all of a sudden, Chris, they can't lose. They won 5 in a row and 12 of their last 14. Over their last 15 games, they're 3rd in the NBA in offensive rating and 9th in defensive rating, top 10 in both of those. They were down 14 in tonight's game. They didn't have Kawhi Leonard, who was out with an ankle injury. They didn't have John Collins, who had a groin injury. 4 of their 5 starters scored in double figures tonight, though, and James Harden was vintage James Harden. He went for a 31-point double-double with 10 assists. Ivica Zubac came back. He was excellent. He had a double-double. And then off the bench, Jordan Miller played 46 minutes and had 19 points. So the Clippers team that couldn't do anything right to begin the season, now all of a sudden can't do anything wrong, including tonight where they were down 14 and they go into overtime and win on the road, a tough game. Now all of a sudden, Chris, the Clippers pass the Grizz. They're in the play-in as we speak tonight. And if you had told me that a couple of weeks ago, I would have laughed at you, but here come the Clippers.
Yeah, I would have been laughing as well. I thought, hey, man, with everything going on, Kawhi Leonard, Steve Ballmer, this season is going to go up in flames. But instead, they have been able to turn the page, at least for the time being. Now, the Cavaliers, they have been up and down, right, throughout the season, whether it's because of injuries or their lack of being able to shoot the 3 ball at times. They win a thriller, unfortunately, against your 76ers. Jalen Tyson went off a career high for him. Now Cleveland moves ahead of Philly for that 6th spot in the East. What are you learning, John, about this Cavs team that has won 7 of the last 10?
Yeah, they've been super inconsistent this season, but it feels like they're starting to find a rhythm. Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, they were just okay tonight. Jalen Tyson, though, as you mentioned, had a career-high 39 points, including the game-winning assist where the defense collapsed on him, and he found Evan Mobley for the game-winning bucket. And those are the kind of wins that you haven't seen the Cavs get too many of this season, right? Because, again, up and down. They came into the season, Chris, with aspirations of winning the Eastern Conference. By beating the Sixers tonight, they move out of the play-in and into the playoffs proper. They're still pretty far away from where they want to be, but at least they're starting to string together some wins now. They played the Sixers in back-to-back games. They smoked them 2 nights ago in the first game, and then tonight they're down double digits, and they figure out a way to win. And as you mentioned, they haven't been very consistent shooting the 3 ball, right? Well, tonight they shot 50% from 3. So if they start making some shots, they get everybody healthy, they get Darius Garland back, he takes care of that toe injury, they get some more contributions from the supporting cast. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley have been fantastic this season. All of a sudden, you start to squint at this thing and you look at it and go, on the Eastern Conference, where the Detroit Pistons have been really consistent and the Boston Celtics have been a surprise, who else really scares you, right? I mean, the Knicks, they haven't been playing well since winning the NBA Cup, and their defense has been not that great. Maybe the Cavs string together some wins and start to move up in the pack in the pecking order in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, Cavs fans definitely want to see that after a rough start to the season. John Gonzalez, I always appreciate the insight, brother. All right, so as it stands right now, here are the shortest odds to win the NBA Finals, available on FanDuel Sportsbook. The Thunder, oh, what a surprise. They are the favorites at plus 110. Then you have the Nuggets, who have been without Nikola Jokic for quite some time, plus 700.
Coach, what did you like about the composure that your guys showed there in the fourth quarter? Yeah, we played through some things, some physicality, some calls, and stayed the course. I think more than anything, I liked the second half. And after the first quarter, after giving up 34, we defended pretty high level. And, it just felt good to guard again and get on the floor again. And it felt like that juice and energy was back for the first time in a while.
Do you think your group did anything with Kevin in particular to get him more free or better looks or a better flow tonight compared to last night?
I think we played with a little bit more pace and, set and held some screens. We know Gobert doesn't really want to leave the paint, so if we set good screens, he'll get his walk-ups to, go 6 for 8, getting quality looks. That was good. I think our pace in general was better in the half court and physicality on both ends, but, needed it. Didn't shoot the free throws extremely well, left a lot of points there, but I think guys were aggressive, and we still missed some shots that we will normally make, but big game by him and Alperin.
I think this team only turned the ball over 12 times tonight, and kind of similar to the game a couple of days ago where the turnover was only coming from, Kevin, Alperin, and Ahmed. Is that kind of the formula going forward, if that's going to be the case for the low?
You'd like to all those guys to take their numbers down a little bit, but I've said to the others, you guys, there's kind of recipients and initiators, and the recipients can't get the high number turnovers. You got to make a quick decision, catch and shoot or whatever. And that's what it looks like a lot of times. We don't have Fred here, who's one of the best assist to turnover ratio guys and keeps the numbers down, but still got to be aggressive and confident and make the plays. But when we do take care of the ball and with the offensive rebounds and win that possession battle, we're in good shape usually.
Seemed like Sengun was doing a little bit of everything there in the fourth quarter to help you guys get a lead. Like he was on the ground getting a steal and the bounce pass. Like, what did you think about kind of his hustle overall there?
Yeah, it was great. Like I said, it's good to see it coming from everybody. He was a big part of that, obviously. Taking on the challenge of Randall and then guarding pick and rolls and fighting Gobert on the glass. But I did say to our group, it felt like we were on the floor 5, 6, 7 times, and that's been missing for a little bit, the 50-50 balls, even in the first half some. So good to see that energy and juice come back.
How important were those Reed Shepherd minutes in the first half, and just, what did he do for y'all's team in terms of kind of turning things around?
Yeah, he gave us a nice spark for sure. 3 threes in a row, and I think we were a little stagnant in the first quarter. Ended up with 29, but we were stuck in the high teens for a while, and you want to at least be 25 plus. And he kind of stemmed the tide when we were going through the motions a little bit slow and stagnant. And great to have that spark from him. But his was in the scoring column, but Josh, with 1 point, really impacted the game with this physicality. Jay Sean came in and did a great job as well. So needed from everybody, but his stand out for sure with the amount of threes him and Kevin hit.
He's really struggled shooting the ball the past couple of weeks. And obviously, the stroke came back today. Is anything different there, just getting better looks?
Same quality looks. You knock them down, you don't, and it's going to turn eventually, and you got to stay confident, like I said. But even with that being said, missed a lot of wide open ones, and obviously the free throws weren't great tonight, but little by little, do the other things and hold the team to 105. Usually you give yourself a great chance.
What are you seeing from Reed as teams kind of continue to try to target him and maybe try to take advantage of him defensively when he's out there in his minutes?
Yeah, we got to do some things to protect him as well. I think early in the year we wanted to give him the challenge of just guarding straight up, and there are some big guys and different matchups that are going to hurt us there. I think the main thing with him is being solid and not fouling and the reach downs, and Conley and some of those guys when you're not overwhelmed from a size perspective. And so being solid there and not bailing guys out, and he has really good hands and gets a lot of loose balls, but the fouls on shots is something that hurts us as a team in general. And when he needs to find the balance of being aggressive and when to go after those steals.